Hello everyone, my name is Jitendra Bafna. In today's video, we're going to see how to use a loop block in the MuleSoft Composer. In previous video, we have already seen how to create a Salesforce connection and how to use the Salesforce connector. Then we have seen how to use the Slack connector. Then we have also seen like how to use the epels block, correct? And in this video, we will create an invocable flow, and in on that particular invocable flow we will pass account record which contain a multiple accounts, and we will use the for loop component which will just at a time it will create a single record in the Salesforce. So basically I will just show you the payload. So this is my payload. This payload contain the multiple accounts, so I have to loop through each and every account and I have to create a respective account into the Salesforce account object. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so let me go to composer.mulesoft.com. I will just say create new flow. So there are two options: create flow from scratch, create flow from template. In case if you are selecting a create flow from the template, so we have a pre-existing template which you can use to create a flow, to create an initial flow, right? But in our case we will going to create a flow from scratch, and we will going to create a invocable flow. So that invocable flow means like the flow can be invoked using http endpoint. So for that we have a so we can select like how this flow can be invoked, right? So I will you going to use the invoke option. So just click this, and once I click the invoke option, once you deploy this flow, it will give you the URL which you can use to trigger this flow. So let me add the input. So I want to add the JSON message. So either you can add the input names and all those things, but I already have a JSON message. I will copy this JSON format, right? And I will just click on sample JSON editor. I will just paste it here, right? So it will validate the JSON, and so it will validate the JSON, and you will see this is the valid JSON, and you can say apply. Okay, so once you say apply, okay, so we have already applied. So at the top you can see the accounts, right? And in the accounts, so this is the account is the top level object. So this is what so top level object, and within that accounts I have to loop through each and every object, and I need to create a record in the Salesforce account object. So here you can see there are, so just we have added the 5 record, right? So you can see it here. Now the next thing, I will use the loop component. So loop component basically, so that is nothing, the for each loop component, and here I need to tell like which object or which array I need to loop. So if you see at the top here, so the account is the top level element which contain sub accounts basically, or which contain some child accounts. So you can see it here. So the account is the top level tag, and within that we have a multiple accounts. So let's do one thing, go back to the for each component, and here you can select accounts, right? So I need to loop through the accounts basically. Within the accounts I loop through each and every object, and I have to create the record in the Salesforce. So I can create the action here, plus you can select a system action, and you can select a Salesforce connector. So if you see it, like I have a 3 field: account name, industry, and the phone. So these are the 3 fields I need to create in the Salesforce account object. So I already create a Salesforce connection. So if you want to add a new connection, you can click on add new connection. But I already have an existing Salesforce connector. Just click on this. So I've already shown in my previous video how you can create this connection, and you need to select the action. I want to create a new record. Then you need to select the object type. So it will list down all the object available in your Salesforce instance. Just say account. Now you start mapping here. So I want to map account with the account name, right? Then add the field called industry. Just click here, and let's if you can just type it here, industry. Okay, just apply, just put it here, industry. Select additional field. I also want to put a phone, so I can just say account phone, apply, just say phone. So these are the fields populating from this trigger basically, right? We have defined a JSON format in that particular trigger, right? So these fields get populated from there. So now we have already mapped map all the fields with on the Salesforce connector. And finally we need to give some kind of output. So I will just say add output, and I can simply say status, just say apply, and I will just pass success. Okay, or simple, you can just say success, that's it. So I just completed my flow. So it's simple, like I've created the invocable flow which take the input as a array of accounts, right? Then I have to loop through each and every account, and I have to create in the Salesforce. So I've used the for each item, and it is looped through all the object in the account tag, right? So just I provide the input list, it's nothing, it's the accounts. Then like I use the Salesforce connector, so it iterate through each and every account, and it will create a new record into the Salesforce account object. I've done the field mapping, account name, account phone, and industry. So these are the Salesforce field, and map with the field which we have retrieved from the input object or input array, correct? And finally we are just giving the response back as the status success. So once you done this, you have to name the flow. Okay, just click on edit button, and you can simply say Salesforce multiple account creation. Okay, just say apply. So once you apply it, you can save it. Once you save it, you can activate this flow. So once you activate this flow, you will get the credentials and the URL. Let me activate. After activate, I will just pause my video for few minutes because it takes some time for flow to get activated. So I will just activate it. So my flow has been successfully activated, and now if you want to get the credentials and the URL, you can click here on the flow credentials. Just click here. So it will give the URL. Copy this URL, go to Postman, just use the post method and paste the URL here. And now I want the credentials. So client ID and the client secret. So client ID, we will going to use the basic authentication. So you can use the client ID as a username and the client secret as a password. Copy this, go back to Postman, go to authorization, just select the basic auth, just provide the username, client ID as the username, and client secret as your password. Okay, so these are the configuration we need to do. Now in the body, I already have this particular payload. So where like I have a 5 accounts, 1, 2, 3, 4 and the 5, which have a different types of industries. And just for demo purpose, I kept some demo phone number. Just send this, and let's see what happens. So I got the status equal to success. Let's go to Salesforce and verify it. I will just select my accounts. Let me refresh this page, my accounts. So here you can see the 5 account has been created, Jack Corporation, James, so open one or some of the accounts, random. I just want to verify the industries. So for like, if you see the Jim Corporation, we have a biotechnology. So for example, what we have given here, it's biotechnology. Let's verify one more. CN Corporation, it's consulting. Let's see, CN Corporation, it's consulting. Right, let me verify one more. I think 2 will be enough. Let's do one more. For Jack, like it's utility, and you can go here and we can check Jack Corporation, it's a utility, right? So that is how you can use the for each component into your MuleSoft Composer. Like no, so basically you can iterate through each records or each object in the array, right? And you can perform whatever operation you want to, right? So yeah, so just I will complete this video here. So thanks for watching. If you like the video, please click on subscribe and like button. Yeah, so thank you.